Welcome back to Retail Therapy. My name's Will DeFries. As always, with me in the studio today, my loyal co-host. He's off the IR right now. Barrett Dudley, ladies and gentlemen.
You couldn't keep me away. You could not keep me away for long. I couldn't do that to the listeners, especially after going on a little trip. And I'm just taking notes. Everything that I'm doing is suddenly so retail therapy coded. And I was like, I gotta get back in there. I gotta get back in this dude.
It's like we're taking
take some swings.
We're taking these recording weeks for granted because like everything I saved for today's episode, every save that I did, every bookmark that I pushed my finger down on for, it just felt like a little more weighty to me. I just was like, man, I don't know when or if I'm even going to be able to go through this. And then when Barrett hit me up and said, I got availability on Friday afternoon, I was like, yeah, let's absolutely ride.
Yeah.
I will say I do have some other episodes planned. One's recorded. I have another one recording next week. I've got 2 guests coming on separately. We're not in the worst spot right now getting through our Barrett list March. We're going to do a good job here.
It's all going just as planned. And I'm excited for all of it.
Well, because you host Oysters, Clams, and Cockles, which is doing White Lotus content, and I think White Lotus is very retail therapy coded, especially given today's content.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the first 2 episodes of the season thus far?
So I'll pull my punches a little bit here because I love the show. I love Mike White. I love the scenery. We're getting some great performances already through 2 episodes. And so I'm very, very, very happy with White Lotus back on my Sundays. And that's like point blank, period. I could just leave it right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But since I do host podcasts about TV shows and because I have to stay true to my critical opinion, I will say that there's something that hasn't quite clicked this season for me. There's something there's something missing. And to kind of like, to paraphrase what I've talked about, at length over on OCC is I think I got a little too season 2 pilled. Like season 2, I feel like was made in a laboratory for me. The dynamic between the 2 couples who were basically the exact same age as us and like figuring out all the relationship while on this vacation in Italy, like that was pitched right at my, right in the exact strike zone that,
and I ended up loving each
of
the actors in that little foursome.
Right.
Like even though I didn't know, I hadn't seen Theo James in a lot, and I hadn't seen Megan Fahey in a lot. By the end of that, I was like, these 4 are the people I care about the most right now.
Right. And so I loved that quad pod, as I call them. And there's no right, like that's the first thing that I noted about this season is that there is no like avatar for like us.
Yeah.
Right now. There's nobody that is like right in their mid-30s there's, like who is the closest, most relatable character on the show right now to like our demographic? Is it the Amy Lou Wood Chelsea character?
I would say if I apply this to people our age, like I think the 3 friends that are there would apply to like Sally.
Okay.
I think that's probably the closest she could get. Like 3 friends who don't see each other enough. Let's go on a girls trip.
Yeah.
Like this is weird, especially given some of the subplot lines that haven't gone down yet. But like for me, I'm like the closest thing I have is the dad whose life is crumbling in front of his eyes and his kids have no idea. I'm like, is that like, this could be me in the future. Like if things pan out, until they don't, I don't really have much else.
Are you doing a little bit of insider trading that I don't know about? Are you making 10 milli on a side deal?
That's one of those things where like maybe I am, and I'm not really sure because I don't know the logistics of things. Like who knows? Like, I feel like if I ever go down for a big crime, it's going to be one that I'm not realizing I'm committing.
Yeah, I do think that the 3 friends are probably the most like relatable storyline at the moment. Yeah, because like everybody has that. Most of us have had that experience where you like reconnect with people, and then as soon as one person leaves the room, you're talking about them, whether it's in like a positive or a negative light, that one. And I also think that little storyline has been the most propulsive, I'll say. Like they're giving us the most there. Like, the tension is beginning to simmer with those 3 already.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I don't really feel it popping, crackling just yet with the other, with the other folks that we're following.
Any predictions?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of theories worked up at the moment.
What about the monkey theory that they're the ones shooting
That the
guns?
monkeys are yeah, I like that. I do, that would be subversive and unexpected. So
I would like it. I would enjoy that, even though I've thought about it since I read someone tweet about it episode 1.
I think the red herring that I like the most that I would like to see come back is they dropped this in the pilot where Saxon picks up the quite deadly pong pong fruit, and I feel like that. I feel like those seeds, those pong pong seeds, are going to come into play.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not hoping for the best for him by any means. So whatever happens to him, I'll enjoy. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed episode 1 more than episode 2, but I think episode 2 is in a tough spot where like the table is set, but you can't eat yet. So it's like we'll see.
The other thing that we've talked about is that this season 2 was an episode longer than season 1. Season 3 is an episode longer than season 2.
Oh, okay.
So they're giving it, they're stretching it out a little bit more.
Okay.
And so things might not be happening quite as fast as we're used to.
No complaints from my end.
Yeah.
No complaints from my end.
But yeah, no. But I'm really enjoying it so far, and I can't wait for Sundays.
Let's get into today's episode.
Let's do it.
Here's the thing. We still got zines available at sunday-scaries.shop. To everyone who bought a sweatshirt, thank you for doing that. Barrett and I were, we had pipe dream hopes of getting those out before Christmas, but once that happened, I kind of pushed the delay button a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
To everyone who ordered one, I hope it arrived in good condition, and I think probably do some more of those. And if you guys have any issues, just reach out.
How was your experience walking 6 giant boxes of packages into a UPS store?
I don't think you and I went to the same UPS store because Barrett dropped off a majority of the packages, and I dropped off the remaining 5 to 6 boxes. And the lady at UPS looked at me when I said I have 5 of these. She was like, 5 packages or 5 boxes of these? And I was like, I have 5 more in my car. And like, she just looked so deflated. And I was like, yeah, well, clearly Barrett did not come to this location because you would have known it.
Which location?
The South Lamar.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not the one I went to.
Okay, yeah. It was toward the end of the day too. You could tell that
was she solo? Was she by herself?
No, she was with another lady who had a little more je ne sais quoi. Yeah. And so but yeah. I don't know. Now that I feel very comfortable fulfilling orders now, whereas I used to be a little gun shy, and now I'm just like ready to go.
Yeah,
I just want to put stuff out.
Operation Warp Speed.
Yep. Speaking of though, today's episode is presented by our friends over at Shopify. If you did purchase anything from us, just know that it did come from a Shopify hosted website. Building that website is so easy. I update the homepage every time I have to, every time I do a product, and it's just shocking how easy it is to manipulate and edit these templates that they give to you. Shopify is just great for so many different reasons. They got the best checkout in the game. People are just checking out at such a higher rate on Shopify than pretty much any other hosted platform or hosting platform. But you can just pretty much do anything on there. Whether you want to have a little blog on there, you can sell your products, your everything on there. It's just easy. And they have everything set up in the back end for you so that you don't have to worry about those headache issues like taxes, like shipping, like everything. And if you need some third-party plugins, I can vouch for them right now. It's very easy to install them and to use them. Go make it happen. Upgrade your business. Get the same checkout that we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/scaries, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/scaries to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/scaries. Barrett, you know what this season of White Lotus could use?
What's that?
A baby moon storyline. Baby moon storyline.
Yeah, when are we going to get somebody on a baby moon?
Yeah.
You know? That would be relatable.
I would love to see the hormones raging on a great actress during White Lotus. It would be great.
Yeah, cast a real pregnant actress.
Well, just imagine what the husband's just going through the entire time. Like the writers could really make his life hell. Like he's catering to everything, and then something else goes wrong.
Right.
Maybe he doesn't get the pineapple suite.
Yeah. That. Yeah. You hate to see that happen. You know.
Where'd you take your baby moon?
So we went down to Sarasota, Florida, specifically to Longboat Key, which is just right off the coast of Sarasota there. Dealing with a little bit of red tide, so couldn't get in the ocean water.
Okay.
But a fabulous pool scene there at the resort. And, we had 4 nights, which I thought was the perfect length for our trip. And this was we had the opportunity to stay at a fancier place than usual. Laura and I typically we like the boutiquier spots. Big fan of the bunkhouse hotels. We love San Cristobal and Todos Santos and Carpenter Hotel here in Austin, like spots like that. That have like a lot of charm, a lot of character. But I am not generally staying at Ritz-Carltons and in this case St. Regis. That's not that I don't have it like that.
Well, yeah. The only time I've stayed at a St. Regis was COVID pricing. It was a quarter of the price, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that.
But we had a close friend of ours, a family friend, who was able to hook us up with a crazy rate there, and had the opportunity to stay. It was great. It was awesome. But I got a lot of takes. I was just down there, and this, I'm in the group chat. I'm telling everybody what's happening, and they're just like, you have to come talk on retail therapy about some of this stuff. So here I am. Do you want to just dive in, or do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for me first?
No, I don't think I do. I mean, I all I know is that you told me when you were in the office picking up the sweatshirts that you needed to talk, and I was like, well, I have a platform that we can do that on.
All right. The first thing that I want to start with, this is the food. You find yourself at a place like this. It's not an all-inclusive. I hate to tell you, at the old St. Reg, they got you over a barrel for breakfast. You're going to walk out of there for 2 people. It's going to cost you $100.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So like something like we've gone through our friend Katie at Lux and Nick's, and she helps us a lot with stuff. And something she has always traditionally done for us is negotiated free breakfast.
Okay.
And I love that she does that, because once you start to put together how much you'd be spending every day on breakfast, it really starts to add up.
Yeah.
In a significant, and then you start overthinking, like, should I get another latte? Do I want another latte?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to add on this?
I love a nice breakfast buffet. I really, really love that. I'm a big breakfast guy. I love having a leisurely breakfast with with pastries and pancakes and omelets and all that type of stuff. Quick aside, it's one of the best things about traveling in Asia is that any decent hotel in Asia, basically provides this as part of the package.
Yeah,
true. Like you book the hotel, you're going to go downstairs and you're going to have an awesome spread for breakfast. And that is just like that, comes with the price of entry.
See, I mean, and if you're traveling in like New York and you see, oh, they've got a continental breakfast there, you just know it's going to taste like cardboard.
Yeah.
Like it's going to suck.
So first day here, I see the price of the buffet. It's $40 a person essentially. So I'm like, nah. We go down the next morning. I'm like, we're going to get one over on them. We're going a la carte, baby. Bring me the menu.
You're like, these annoying fools.
Fast forward 1 hour. I have only had one thing, as has my wife, and we are well over $100 for breakfast.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You cannot cheat the system by going a la carte. Just get the buffet and enjoy it, and don't look at the check when you sign it.
If I have a free breakfast on vacation, I make the absolute most of it. I do not eat breakfast when I'm in my everyday life. I do not eat breakfast. It's not like I'm trying to not. It's just something I don't crave. But if I'm getting free breakfast on vacation, I'm eating 2,000 calories at that meal.
You have to.
And I'm taking a little siesta from about 10:30 to 11:30, and then I'm going to the pool the rest of the day, and I'm going to swim around trying to get that off.
Yeah. So we're talking food. Leads me to my my next big point. We on our final night there, we did our fancy dinner. We went to the steakhouse CW Prime at the hotel. Great meal, great service, really, really good stuff there. And we're dressed up. We're wearing cute clothes. We're celebrating, as is most of the room. Everybody looks pretty put together.
And, I'm on the website right now for CW Prime.
And a couple walks through the dining room. They've come from the outside patio and they are making their exit. And the wife basically has on like a version of the outfit that Sally was wearing in your most recent Instagram post.
Okay.
Sheer black top.
Yeah.
Baggy black trousers, a nice belt, gold jewelry to the nines. She looked like she stepped out of a Revolve ad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can picture.
Uh-huh.
Guy's tailing behind her. in what I can only imagine is a free fly sun hoodie and a pair of Voori shorts with a backwards hat.
Yeah.
I was so offended. I cannot imagine letting your wife do that and then you do this.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, is this really just a giant flex? Like right? Like either your dick or your bank account is so big that
that you can you're wearing your hoodie to the place where everyone else is like dressing to the nines for it.
That you just like do not need to get dressed up. But I don't like, that I can't go there. I can't go to like, yeah, this is actually like, this is saying something. To me, it's just kind of disrespectful and I can't stand it. I can't abide it.
No, I get it. Like, I think Derek Guy, the menswear guy, he always posts like couples who like get absurdly dressed up for meals that don't command getting dressed up for and things like that. And I'm always like, that's really cute. That's really cute. Like if I tried to pull that, I would either get like the world's largest stink eye, or if I didn't, I'd be like, oh, my wife already hates me, so it doesn't really matter how I dress right now. Like I can just wear my I don't know, my whatever hoodie, my Guy Harvey shirt to the dinner.
Your Outdoor Voices cloud knit.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah.
I get it. You're in vacation mode, but like part of you and I, we're retail therapy coded.
We are.
So it's like, it's hard because I enjoy, like we're leaving town next month. We're going to a resort and I'm already like, I don't have things to wear to dinner.
Mm-hmm,
I need to buy things to wear to dinner.
Yeah.
And like, that's just how I'm built.
I just like, even if your wife doesn't care, imagine what she would think if you put in like 20% effort.
Yeah.
Just tap out pants and a collared shirt. That's it. That's all you have to do. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
just
hard.
like a dial it up, like just a skosh and like
maybe
you're probably charming the shit out of her because she's not expecting this because usually you're a dirtbag who wears a sun shirt to the steakhouse.
Maybe the airline lost his hanging bag. Maybe
I didn't get that sense. Will
you didn't?
I didn't get that sense.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
If you're listening to us, I don't feel like you need my lecture here. You're probably doing a good job. But if you know somebody that does this, don't let them do this.
I had it. I'm not going to expose anybody. I had a dinner within the last 3 years. I'm making it very vague now, where somebody showed up to the dinner and what they were wearing, I was like, oh really? Like for a dark, vibey restaurant, I wouldn't have chosen this casual of an outfit. But you know what? As long as you're here, I'm gonna have a smile on my face and go off. But I was surprised that this person's significant other did not roast them before they left the house because I was like, okay. I made a comment after the meal, just being like, I like how casual you went. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay, next up, Will. A few weeks ago, we brought up a Wall Street Journal article that was titled "The Cutthroat Game of Snagging a Pool Chair on Vacation," with the subline: "Travelers wake up at 4, work in shifts to secure seating in prime locations without getting on the wrong side of the lounge chair law." And I came on the podcast and I talked a big game about how I would never find myself at one of these resorts, and I'm not playing this game, and I'm not doing that. And why don't these places have enough chairs? Yada, yada, yada. Cut to me at the St. Regis, not able to get a pool chair at 10:30 on day one.
Yeah, of course. And like, and it's on you too, because you have a pregnant wife in the hotel room who you're not going to send down to do that. This falls squarely on your shoulders.
It does. So I was suddenly living the Wall Street Journal article. Now, fortunately, there are beach chairs as far as the eye can see. Mm-hmm. Nobody cared about the beach chairs. So we were able to quickly go hang on the beach, which both of us enjoy. So it was not a huge deal. But on that first day, I did realize that I was going to have to play some of this game. You gotta cheat to make it. Basically, you're down there at 9:30. You're getting seated. You're dropping your hoodie on the pool chair, and then you're going back up for lunch and pretending like you've been down there the whole time. Mm-hmm. You know, this is what you sign up for, and
you're scattering the valuables that you're willing to travel home without.
Correct. And so here I was playing the game, and that was it. I succumbed to it.
So I've really marinated on this whole thing since we've last talked about it. And I've realized that I operate in 2 ways. One way is getting to the pool early, around 10 a.m., and trying to get a chair. Mm-hmm. The other way that I've realized that I operate is that I will be a late afternoon pool person.
Sure.
And I will find something to do during the day before that, so that by 2:30,
right,
when the sun is still crushing, like I can kind of just slide in, find a spot, and it's never really an issue.
Yeah, and that was basically happening here. Like we were that day that we went out to the beach for a little while. I think we were seated in pool chairs by 2 or 2:30.
Yeah,
this was and I'm kind of like. I'm having fun with the story. I did not have to get up at 4 or 5 a.m. to go down in the dark of night to drop hoodies.
What time do you have to go down?
To be safe, you needed to be to be safe and to get a pool chair that faced the sun at the pool, you needed to be in like the 10 a.m. range. That was pretty safe.
I like
10
it.
10 to 10:30. 10:30, you're starting to cut it close.
I always like it when there's like a group of people who just have to start turning their chairs to get to the sun, and they're putting out the people that like it's always a dynamic.
Yeah,
it's like really you're gonna just scrape the chair along the pavement this loud and then crunch into us now after we got here at 10 a.m. today.
Yeah. And there's no question that this creates tension. We at one point we witnessed not a tussle, but some upset people that felt like they had been sat in chairs, but then had those chairs taken from them.
Mm-hmm.
They were told, Will, that they had 45 minutes to go eat lunch, and then they came back down and they felt like their chairs had been given away already. So I didn't.
45 minutes is a quick lunch.
That it is, and my guess is that they probably took more time than that. But I stayed out of it. I said, I don't know. He was there was a guy here. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not sure. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I was reading. I was deep in my Kindle, man.
And then, you look over and you see somebody that's clearly just holding. They're just saving. There hadn't been anybody in that chair for 3 hours, and it's kind of eye-rolly. But but it's you gotta play the game.
In 2015, I went to Mexico for Christmas, and I had one of the more baller things that I've ever seen at a resort. They just had a dude at the pool who was walking around cleaning people's sunglasses. Did they have a sunglasses cleaner there?
They did not. But let me add, the best that's a nice touch that I experienced on this trip was after night one, I had left glasses on the nightstand. And when they came and did the room cleanup or whatever, they had laid a branded St. Regis microfiber cloth and a little lens spray on the nightstand. I have never encountered that. That was a beautiful touch.
Yep, the hotel we got married at in Laguna Beach. I have 4 of those because after they did it once, I'm like, well, I'm leaving my sunglasses out every damn night. I'm getting a little free squeegee. I just wanted it, man.
Yeah,
so now I have them in every sunglasses case, and I'm like, oh yeah, every time I open it, nice little reminder of that vacation.
Yeah. Yes. So this leads me to my next point, Will. We were here midweek, basically, Tuesday through Saturday, in the middle of February. Families and kids as far as the eye could see. And this was, I was fine with this. It's not like I'm like, oh no, I'm not dead set on being at an adults only resort place. That's I like places that are like that, but I can deal with the munchkins running around. I was just surprised to see so many families and so many kids, and I don't mean 3-year-olds who are just missing daycare. I mean 8 to 14-year-olds. And at one point I asked one of the pool valets. I was like, "Yo, so what's the deal? Some states around here, does Florida have spring break in February? What is going on?" And he basically told me that there are so many private school kids and so many homeschooled kids these days that this is just every week now. And I this was brand new to me. And I got to ask you if you're hearing about this from friends of yours that maybe have school age children. But is this the new thing? Do you just pull your kids out of school whenever you want now to take them on vacation?
If anything, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the people that I know who have kids that are that age are not wanting their kids to miss school under any circumstances.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, my uncle he's been retired and moved down to Florida, had a condo down there on a golf course at an old people place. But they had a beautiful golf setup, and it was 8th grade, second semester. My mom decided to take me down for a week of golfing with my uncle. And I was freaking out about my schoolwork. And my mom looked at me and she goes, "Will, it's your last semester of middle school. It doesn't matter at this point." She goes, "I still want you to get good grades, but missing time is not going to matter.
Yeah.
It'll matter next year. we're just going to go enjoy ourselves. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool of my mom to say.
Yeah, that was cool of her.
But like, yeah, it must be nice, I guess.
Yeah, that was my I think that was my biggest takeaway. And I will admit that I have sort of thought about this. You know, I've got a lot of years to go here before I even have to cross this bridge. But like the one thing that makes me think about it is I grew up with ski trips that I absolutely loved. I look forward to them every single year. And I like skiing at spring break now is just, I mean, skiing is prohibitively expensive. Skiing over spring break is even more so. I mean, like,
why would you do it?
Just absolutely exorbitant.
Why would
and so I have thought about, well, how do I get my kids like on ski trips? And so I'm not above it necessarily. I was just really surprised at the number of people that were clearly just like had their kids out of school for a week in February.
I think COVID might have changed some perspectives on that kind of thing. I think that's
probably a good point. I think that's
like, oh, we can work remotely. Why can't our kids just do some stuff remotely?
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to be the kind of parent who doesn't make their kid do stuff, but I don't want it to affect their schoolwork or like affect anything. I don't want the teachers to hate me.
Right.
I don't know. I'm scared of the teachers.
I imagine that there's a little bit of that.
Probably. There's probably some judgment.
I would say so.
Like, oh.
I would judge.
Okay. Let's not.
I would judge, but I would also do. So,
judgment comes from a place of jealousy. I'd be like, oh, really?
This is the duality of man, I guess.
It's like, cool. The Parkers are bringing their kids on their 10th vacation of the year, and I'm sitting here making dimes and having spitwads lobbed my way.
Yep. So just know to expect that the next time that you're at a lovely little resort that you think is going to be a break from from people in general.
When someone asks me like, how do you like that place? I always try to clarify if it's a kid heavy place. I'm always just like, well, don't go there for like a romantic getaway.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because if you want to be like alone, then you need to find a place that like prioritizes that. Otherwise, you're opening yourself up to just having kids running around the entire time.
This was a really, really nice blend of everything.
That's good.
Like there was a nice lazy river. There were no slides.
Okay.
There were hot tubs. There were not, there were not like tons of toys in the pool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it had a nice balance.
The kids club didn't take over the shallow end for like half the day.
That's right. So it was a nice balance. Like I was not bothered whatsoever by the number of kids, except, I did enjoy watching the 12-year-old boy in the lazy river who pulled a classic where you just collect every single tube that there is, and you either stack them and then you get in them, or you just put them all on the side of the lazy river so that nobody has a float. That happened.
Sounds like something producer Randy would do as a kid.
I would stack. I wouldn't put them on the side, but I definitely did do that at the Awesome Hotel recently.
There you go. Okay. Yep.
And finally, Will, this is going to segue perfectly into our next topic here, but I got to say that my favorite day, and I think you had a little bit of this experience at the Fountain Blue in Las Vegas recently. My favorite day was our spa day. Mm-hmm. Incredible massage, unbelievable spa at this place. I just can't say enough about the service. And
can you use the spa without having a treatment?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do like I'm pretty sure you can do like a spa day pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some like the hotels that have nice spas, there's 3 different categories that they're in. It is the all guests can use some things at all times, no matter what. There is the day pass, and then there is the you can only use the spa if you're getting a treatment.
Yeah.
And I'm ranking those are the way I just said those are ranked from best to worst.
Okay.
When it's like you have to get a treatment, it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I believe they offer day passes to just like enjoy the spa's amenities.
Yeah.
And the thermal circuit. So that as part of the spa, there's this big like cavernous, really coolly lit room that has the whole gamut of like temperature treatments, basically.
I gotta cue this up.
So there is a cold plunge, there's a steam room, there's a rain shower, there's a hot tub, there's a sauna, and there's a snow shower.
You got snow showered.
Did you do the snow shower?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I did the snow shower.
Okay.
I spent an hour just doing everything, Randy. Like, how could you not?
I just want to make sure.
Just it's amazing. It's amazing. I gotta say, here's what I need to come out and say. I thought I was going to be able to do 30 seconds in the cold plunge, no problem. I lasted 1 second. Will.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, Barrett. We got to get your numbers up.
50. This is. Have you done a cold plunge?
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah.
The tank, like 50-degree water.
Oh yeah. All the yeah.
Really?
Any opportunity. Well, okay. So I think that there is a temperature. Like usually it's about 50.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 50 and like 58. Some
Okay.
of them keep them up there. If it is on the lower side, it's hard for me to stay in for more than 30 seconds. Like it's torturous for me to be in there for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If it is anywhere on the higher side, I can stay in there for 5 minutes and be fine.
Okay.
But there is a very significant drop off.
Interesting.
Like
Interesting.
I don't know what it is, but there is a point where I simply cannot be in there anymore.
I think my number one mistake is that, of course, I'm a coddled little baby. So I got into the thermal circuit room and immediately just went into the hot tub first.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
I think I should have started with cold plunge.
That's what I do.
I should have started from like regular body temperature to cold plunge.
I will go from like normal pool to cold plunge. I will go but I will not do hot tub to cold plunge because it's too jarring for me.
So this was my first experience ever with it. I got in, I went to my waist, and then I like dropped in to cover my chest. And as soon as like it hit my neck, I was like, nope, I'm out. And I was out. And then I tried again. And like, it is physically painful putting your legs in this thing. Like it's like getting stabbed or something. Like it's crazy.
I mean, there's
so shouts to the plungers out there, man.
There's two things that you have to be careful of when you're plunging, and it's the downtown area and then the nipples. like it's very cold, very cold.
So I was not as I just wasn't.
Did you snow shower?
I did snow shower.
Did you? How long could you last long in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it accumulate on your head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think those are like the new hot, like if, you know how like medical salespeople have like the new hot product they're pushing on doctors and stuff? Like I feel like if they have spa salespeople, the ice shower is definitely the new thing where it's like, hold on, you're not elite unless you have an ice shower.
It's pretty sweet, you know? That it's basically, what's funny is that they basically just took like the snow cone machine thing.
Yeah.
It's basically just a shaved ice thing, just dropping it on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a human snow cone.
But I won't front. I enjoyed the warmer treatments more, you know? Spent a healthy amount of time in both the sauna and the eucalyptus scented steam room. And but I did quite enjoy the rain shower. That was sweet. There's like 3 different options, and there's like a little bit of scent, there's some sound.
Okay.
It's coming at you from every direction. They're like mimicking different types of storms.
See, I would like that.
So there's like
I've never done
Caribbean
that.
wave, and then there's like polar storm, and it was rad. That was very cool.
I've never done that before.
Yeah. So I can't say enough about the thermal circuit. And apparently wellness clubs are the new country clubs.
Well, they are apparently. Let me open our reference guide here from Vogue. Let's see. Yeah, Vogue put out the wellness club as Gen Z's new country club, and unfortunately now I can't read this article live on air because I don't have my free access. But you know, it's essentially that I think people are more willing to go spend on the wellness side of things, and the wellness thing is so like kind of ingrained in our society at this point that you know, the like country clubs are more meant for like leisure, whereas like people are so wellness driven at this point that they're more willing to spend on something like that. And you just see all these bathhouses popping up. You see, I mean, you hear us talking about spas for 10 minutes on this podcast.
Yep.
I don't know if I fully agree with everything. Like what in your mind, what is the difference between a wellness club and a gym?
Well, a wellness club offers these types of amenities that we're talking about.
Yeah.
There are things like, you know, and I go to Equinox. The only amenity like that at my Equinox is a steam room in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Do you use it often?
I actually never do because it grosses me out at the gym a little bit.
Are you steam room or sauna guy? Which would you, if you had to have one, if you could only have one in life?
Probably sauna.
I think so. I think I am too.
Yeah.
I think I am too.
I think part of that is just being in a sauna feels cleaner than being in a steam room.
There's something very relaxing to me about the wood encasing.
Yes.
Like everything is wood. There's something very like cabiny, Nordic-y. Like it just the second you enter, it's like, oh no, I'm good for a little bit.
Sitting in the sauna at the spa last week, I was like, that's exactly what I was doing. I was sitting there, I laid down, I sat, I went high, then I went low, and you're just like, I'm just fascinated by the construction. The wood doesn't get too hot. It's way hotter. One level up, you go sit on the top, it's much hotter. I think the mechanics of it are so cool. And it's like ancient, how long have saunas been around? Forever, right?
I love the dynamic in a sauna. It's like, wait, like, did you just pour water on this before I came in here? You're gonna be annoyed if I spray some eucalyptus stuff in here right now. Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, so I would have to go sauna. Steam room's nice, but at the gym, I can't trust everybody there, to have their shit taken care of and dialed in.
A major flaw of this
I told you the other day, I saw a guy walk into the steam room the other day with his phone.
Yeah, you just don't need to.
You don't need your phone in the steam room.
No. Close your eyes, sit back, and be an old man like the rest of us. Like that's just what you do.
Yeah.
I think the biggest discrepancy here for me is solely price in this comparison because country clubs have gotten so out of control when it comes to prices. I mean, namely in Austin, but other places too. With the popularity of golf and everything, like a country club is something that is becoming more and more only for elite people with large bank accounts. Whereas I feel like a lot of people can figure out a way to make a wellness club work. Like it's essentially, I mean, it's the cost of another gym membership. It's not like an initiation fee that's a down payment for a house. I think the approachability is its biggest asset in this scenario.
Yeah, and here
and you probably don't need letters of recommendation to get in.
That's probably right. And I'll just here's like a one excerpt. For as long as humanity has liked to sweat, we have liked to do it together. See the Greek palestra, Turkish baths, the YMCA, the contemporary preponderance of workout-minded meetups, and really all with good reason. Studies have shown that community and social connection are as important for a long, happy, healthy life as diet and exercise. In an era where digital connection remains the assumed norm for everything from professional meetings to dating, the yearning for a third place, which is a location for social interaction outside of home or work, has never been more present. And goes on to talk about how for younger people, that is becoming more like they are preferring wellness clubs to country clubs. I think price absolutely comes into play. As you just mentioned, joining a country club is a massive, massive investment with huge monthly dues. And I think what this points to is one of the best things about the country club, if not the best thing, besides the golf or the tennis, if you're like totally there for the athletics, is that you have a place to go hang out.
Yeah.
You have a place to go see people and do things and all that type of stuff. So this also reminds me a little bit of like Soho House as an alternative to the country club, because it's a far more approachable price that offers some of the same networking and connectivity things.
Yeah.
But I respond to this because I don't foresee myself ever joining a country club. But like if there was a spot that was some version of like gym / Soho / spa, I think I would be really interested in that, because
the more I think about it, the more alluring it is because because of the approachability. Like, I mean, as you read this article, you do kind of realize that there are options out there for these bathhouses and thermal spas that are the price of a nice country club, such as Continuum, which quote unquote made headlines for its serene interiors and eye-watering price tag, $10,000 a month.
Okay, so that one's not so approachable.
To ensure there would never be a wait for a massage or a machine, membership was capped at 250 people.
Wow.
3 times that number applied. He says that it was the guy who started it said there was a surprise of how many were under 40. The membership is closer to a dream dinner party than a Forbes 400 list. He said, just a really super cool brew. We're not ending up with 250 finance bros.
I'm going to steal that. It's a super cool brew.
It's a cool brew.
It's a cool brew.
It's a cool brew.
Yeah.
It's a good brew.
Yeah, it's a good brew.
Yeah. No, we got a good brew going over here. I mean, yeah, I think that this is probably money better spent for anyone that actually cares about this stuff. Like, unless you have FU money, like I just don't see a scenario where I'd rather dedicate a huge portion of my net worth toward a country club when I could dedicate a smaller percentage of my net worth for a place that, could maybe be $100 a month where I could go do a little circuit and feel better about myself. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the idea of making all these places unapproachable and high priced just for the sake of doing it. I think that's a major issue with golf, where like the American golf culture versus the golf culture in other countries is like just crazy expensive and crazy heightened. And like if you go to England, so you can play some of the nicest courses in the UK for under $100 a round. Whereas here, if you're doing that, there's some courses where, you're paying $1,000 a round. And it's like the whole culture of everything. I just don't want it to get so like commoditized that it's just this like everything is subscription based and bougie, where like you could probably have a really nice, relaxing setup for one of these and have it be much more approachable than a country club could ever be.
Yeah. There's, one of the things that this article, I think, gets at, even beyond just like the wellness piece of it, is the desire for the third space.
Yeah.
Right. And I do think that even if it's not wellness, I feel like I'm seeing more and more of this pop up. There's like Westwood Country Club here in Austin, which is essentially a country club with no golf. It's everything but the golf.
Yeah.
At a much lower price point.
Yeah.
There is, and then with golf, there's I don't know if this place has ever actually opened, but somebody was developing like a kind of like a new style, I'm doing air quotes here, like a new country club that was like a par 3 course. It was going to be over on the east side.
Oh yeah.
You remember this?
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
And it was like, it was way more. So again, much lower price than your standard country club, and it was way more about like, come chill, come hang. Your golf round takes an hour, not 4, like that type of thing. And so I do think, especially as the pandemic gets further and further away, that we will see more and more optionality when it comes to third spaces. Basically.
I hope so, because I think there's a huge gap, and I think it's only getting bigger.
Yeah.
And like I just would like to see it not, because I think that, I mean, coming from like a golf, like just think about it in golf terms, it's just kind of depressing thinking about how golf isn't as accessible to like my kids as it was to me growing up, and how it's just going to be harder for me to get them into something like that. That's like a lifetime sport. And and like, just don't make our spas unreachable. It's just water. It's just water. It's just cold water.
Your boys are just trying to get a little thermal circuit action.
No, I'm just trying to look good. Did you do any pre-dinner circuits at the spa? That's my favorite thing in the world.
No, so we did treatments, which meant that we had access to that spa for that whole day.
Okay.
So we took advantage on that day.
At the places that let you go in free, like my ideal scenario before dinner is leaving the pool, going and hitting a cold plunge circuit for a little bit, and then just going and showering off before dinner and just feeling like my skin is tight on my body.
Yeah. That does sound good. That
feels like your entire body just got Botox.
That does sound nice.
Just locked in.
I can't wait for my next opportunity to get back in that cold plunge. I think I'm going to double my time. I think I'm going to get to 2 seconds.
Come on, Barrett. We got to get your numbers up.
Well, I need like, let me try one of these ones that's like 57. 50 was insane. It was icy.
58. Like we had the last time I did one, it was 58, and I told the guy, I was like, you got to get that down.
Yeah, you got. Yeah.
And he's like, he looked at me and he goes, we got a lot of old people here. He's like, I can't. He's like, I'm not allowed to go lower than that. I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I was so surprised at how it hurt so.
You shouldn't admit this, Barrett. I'm sad.
I have to. I got to be transparent with y'all.
It's true.
Yeah.
We need to hold you accountable. Should we do some articles of interest?
Let's do it.
All right, we got a bunch of random stuff here. If you haven't followed RF Kenmore on Twitter, he's one of my favorite menswear follows. I don't know exactly what he does in life, but I know that he's on the business side of a lot of fashion stuff.
Yeah, I don't know either. But dox yourself, bro. Tell us what you tell us what you do.
I think it's intentional. We don't know everything about him, but I appreciate it. It's kind of a more low key menswear guy.
Yeah.
But he put up a tweet, I think this morning, that said, just online, Abercrombie has sold around 12,000 of these hoodies in the past 4 weeks. If you assume their store business is about 50% plus of total, then that's around 25,000 units in under a month.
RF Kenmore, like you said, I think he's clearly got some way of making this estimate for the numbers sold here. And so perhaps he has more insight than I do. I would be shocked if Abercrombie has over 50% of their business from the brick and mortars. There's no way that it's that high.
Here's the thing. Randy, you've been to an Abercrombie in the mall more than any of us in the last year.
What? Yeah, I have.
Is it popular? Are there a lot of people in there when you're in there?
I'll say whenever I go in there, there's at least like probably at the lowest end, probably like 8 other people in there. But like sometimes if it's a busy time, trying to go into that changing, there's like a line.
No, don't,
around there.
Randy, same experience. Don't get me wrong. That Barton Creek Mall Abercrombie is popping off. Like I'm there frequently to like make returns for either me or my wife. And there's always a line. There's a huge line for the dressing room. There's a line to check out.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that is, I feel like the stores are essentially operating as return centers. Number one.
Yeah, which is probably not what they want.
It's hard to imagine, like they've become so popular over the last few years as this kind of go-to for millennial basics that no longer have a Moose logo on them and some trendier stuff that emulates, these brands that we follow. Not going to say it, Randy. That it's hard for me to imagine that their physical stores are still generating over 50. Well, but I don't mean to nitpick on that. This is still a shitload of hoodies to sell.
Well, the question I have is, part of the reason we've enjoyed the Abercrombie rebrand over the last year or two is because it makes some good-looking menswear and current fashion pieces. It offers them at a more approachable price.
Right.
But at what point does getting something at a more approachable price outweigh being a little unique in life and like having something that a lot of people don't have?
Sure.
Because there are so now, even before seeing this tweet, seeing the light colored camouflage in a sweatshirt or sweatshort or sweatpant material from Abercrombie is something that I'm simply tired of seeing on their website. And I'm surprised that they haven't moved on to something else at this point. But why would you if you're selling
25,000 units
under
a month? Yeah.
But like it has been such a consistent print on their site for so long now
it has.
that it's something that I would never buy to wear in public because I'm like, well, so many other people, I see it everywhere in the wild as well as on the site. And like, while I just bought another pair of jeans from them yesterday. So like I'm still buying from them, but like it's just knowing what I know, and if you check these big websites regularly, I start to get to the point where I'm like, well, yeah, this is cool, but I also think that there's no individuality when it comes to buying something that 25,000 other people are wearing around that's brand new over the last month.
We all remember, or I'm sure you will, anyways. Like back in like 2013, where there was even an Instagram or a Twitter account called. It was like that J. Crew shirt.
Oh yeah,
that shirt from J. Crew.
Oh yeah,
and
the blue and white check,
the blue and white gingham.
I had
shirt.
it.
Yeah,
I had it. Obviously, I had it.
I think I still have a version. It's not a J. Crew one, but I still have a version hanging in my closet that I just I kept it like an old jersey. You know, it's just
you had to.
I just got to put it in the rafters.
Had to. You should frame it.
But that's you start to get into some of that when Abercrombie is moving these type of numbies on a single printed sweatshirt, and that's definitely a drawback.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to admit, after all this discussion about this,
you're gonna go cop one of these.
I did buy some of the sweatshorts recently.
Okay.
I wanted a pair of sleeping shorts to sleep in, and I bought a pair of the light camouflage sweatshorts, and they're great. Like they're great to sleep in. I don't see myself wearing them outside of just maybe running to go get coffees on a weekend morning or something. Sure. But like as far as they go, I mean, I get why people are buying them and liking them and probably rebuying because they do go kind of hard.
Yeah. It's an interesting blend on Abercrombie's site these days, and I think what you're seeing a lot of is definitely like that. These big brands like this. Even brands that are maybe even just like a little bit bigger than Haller Brothers, for example, most of them have what's called a merchant, basically, and the merchant that job is essentially they're kind of in between the planning and the people buying and the design and product teams, and their job is essentially to like tell you what to make.
Yeah.
So that that's a little bit like inside baseball, I guess, but like. The designers at Abercrombie, they don't just get to be like, hey, you know what? I got this hunch for this one cool thing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of that is happening at a brand of that size. A merchant is coming and saying, hey, light colored camo is still absolutely crushing for us. So we need 7 different styles in that for spring 26 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think I can feel that on the website right now with some of their like the Guinness stuff, for example. It's like, oh man, we got to get that licensing deal with Guinness. Oh, we got to get that Ford shirt did really
Their
well.
licensing team is working overtime.
More licensing. Yeah. And so there, some of the stuff just absolutely like feels like stuff that they're just going after the trends essentially, or continuing to chase stuff that's working for them. Whereas 3 years ago on the tails of the Aaron Levine era there, it very much felt like they had like a real POV, even if that POV was actually just
someone else.
Ame Leondor's POV. So
yeah, I like for basics and staple items that you don't want to overspend on, like I'm still using Abercrombie somewhat regularly.
Yeah.
For the stuff that is like for the more fashionable pieces on there, I'm much more hesitant to go that direction, and I'm more likely I would rather go try to find something else that's in a similar price range from a different company that I don't want to show up at the restaurant and see everyone wearing the exact same shirt as me.
Yeah.
No one really wants that. Unless it's your absolute boy and you just want to like,
just want twin.
Yeah, you just want twin out for the night.
Yeah, why not?
Timothee Chalamet.
What
is
bad.
that?
So I was
terrible gong.
There we go.
We need a belated bell ring too, Randy.
Oh,
I did end up invoking said name. Thank you.
My bad.
Well, Timothee Chalamet's heat run is still going.
Still going strong.
I don't even need to talk about his speech at the SAG Awards. Like, come on.
Do you think he cools down off this heater after Sunday at the Oscars?
I don't know.
Or do you think it depends on maybe if he wins or loses? Like if he wins,
I don't think he's winning.
You think Brody has it?
I think Brody's got it.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the movie with Brody. I haven't even seen the Chalamet movie. I'm just going on vibes. I don't know. I would like it if he won.
How about this little piece of trivia? 18 out of the last winners of the SAG Best Actor Award have grabbed the Oscar.
Okay. Well, he wants to be one of the GOATs.
I agree with your vibe read. I feel like Brody probably has it.
Yeah.
But
I want it.
I don't know.
Well, we like a good party over here at Retail Therapy, and they seem to have thrown one. Cartier held a game night in honor of Timothee Chalamet's Oscar nomination. This was photographed by, I think, GQ. And he's there with Kylie. Good to see them in a non-award show situation. We got Cuddy there, just absolutely dripping.
Yeah.
The next photo you just pulled up is probably the most concerning photo of all of them.
God,
if you're sitting at a table with Tobey Maguire and he's got that many chips in front of him, you're about to be telling Kylie that you need a Venmo.
I just watched Molly's Game for the first time last year. Have you ever seen this movie?
Great movie. Great movie.
The ostensible villain of that movie is based on
Tobey Maguire. Yeah. He's an absolute card shark, and he's sitting there with a fully wrapped, he's got the napkin fully around his Stella.
He does.
He's got a stack of chips that absolutely dwarfs Timothy's, and it's just like, yeah, everyone's in trouble at this party.
Yeah, you sit at the table with Tobey Maguire, you better know what's up.
I mean, he's like Leo's best friend, if that tells you anything about him. Like, I mean, they're a dirty little crew.
That's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, man.
Yeah. This is what besides poker, like, were they playing card games? Were they playing casino games basically? Or did they know. They have a little backgammon going? Was there a Candyland board set up?
You could tell me that they just put chips down in front and they were like, hold on, no, put most of the chips in front of Toby. People will like that. It's probably just all fake. He's just on such a heater. Good for him.
He has been getting absolutely kitted out by Chrome Hearts the last few weeks.
Bring up his suit from the SAG Awards. I don't know why we didn't already have that up.
And I don't know how I feel about it.
You love it.
I do, but I don't know. Chrome Hearts is something that it's just so interesting to me. And
but if this suit was like Loewe, we'd be like fawning.
We would, but the Loewe suit, the Loewe leather suit would probably cost 1/3 of the price of this Chrome Hearts one. This is probably a $25,000 suit.
He looks like he dressed like the Brad album.
I'm just kind of baffled by Chrome Hearts. Is all I'm saying. I don't really like it. Like the leather work is very, very cool, but it's what do you know? Do you know much about Chrome Hearts?
No,
it's basically like an ungettable
I just know it's expensive.
It's ungodly expensive, and basically the premise is that you can't get it.
cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So I like when Daniel Craig is wearing a $4,000 Loewe sweater, at least I know that if I go online, I could go online and buy the sweater.
Yeah.
I could put that shit on.
It's like but for Chrome Hearts, you just need a stylist who's going to set you up.
Yes.
And have packages arriving at your door.
When Timmy dropped this fit, though, you did send it to me and mention that this is what I should have gone with my wedding look.
Why didn't you go wristwatch bolo for the wedding?
Yeah, and I have to agree with your sentiment there. I have to say, yeah, this would have been sick. This would have really made an impression. I love the lime green shirt here, by the way.
I kind of do too.
Yeah.
I mean, not something I'd ever do, but I get it.
Yeah. It was a good move.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are we doing wine bottle ashtrays?
We might be.
I don't even know what brand this is, but they individually mark their wine bottles with a marker for, this. I think this one that is pictured is number 432 out of 1,000. And if you look at the wine bottle, they have an attachment on the bottom that turns into an ashtray when you remove it from the bottle.
Okay.
And it's kind of badass.
So you get the bottle, and then when you're done with the bottle, you can pull this little thing off, and it's an ashtray. Is that what you're telling me? I guess,
yeah. So if you scroll down on this tweet, you actually can see how it is. Yeah, right there. So yeah, it's just attached to the bottom, and then you take it off, and it's just like a little tiny tray. Okay. It's kind of a cool standalone tray if you want to put like jewelry in there or like anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I might be doing wine bottle ashtrays.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a $246 bottle of wine right now. I mean,
well, you're buying a $246 ashtray is what you're getting.
It's true.
You get the wine for free, basically.
It's true. That does sweeten the deal a little bit. Do you think the wine actually isn't that good and they just spend all their money on this?
I do think that.
It's like Clase Azul.
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't that the thing? Like Clase Azul is only expensive because of the vessel?
Mostly.
I haven't had a shot of it because I'm not willing to spend that.
Real tequila ball knowers will tell you not to mess with both Casamigos and Clase Azul.
Additives, man.
Yeah.
Additives.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
I think I'm right about that. I know they poo-poo Casamigos.
I'm the guy who
I'm pretty sure Clase Azul is like a known, like, oh, it's way too expensive.
Yeah.
Like you're paying for the bottle.
I'm the guy who did one tequila tasting in Mexico, and now just if I'm in Mexico, I will only talk to the bartender about like what the local ones are, like what has the fewest amount of additives.
When you're a big 818 guy, right?
I got to support Kendall.
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah, I'll do a double 818 on the rocks, please.
So what's the brand here?
I don't even know.
I don't even know what the brand. Should we shout out the brand in case?
I mean, I would love to.
In case somebody
in case
somebody from Catcoot Amarone is listening.
Like, what is this from? Like, what? People even ask, what is the brand name? No answers.
Okay,
I'll figure it out. I'll get to the bottom of it.
In the meantime, I'm going with Catcoot Amarone.
That's fine. Oh yeah, I guess that would be it. Catcoot Amarone.
And we're good at pronunciations on this podcast.
It's got that DOCG label though.
I'm sure we're nailing that. Inform me what that is. I mean, I know what it is, but tell the listeners
label,
what DOCG is.
Is the label in Italy that is on top of the bottles that shows that it's like legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only way that ever since I learned that, if I'm buying an Italian wine at the grocery store, I don't even think about the wine. I just look at the bottles that have DOCG and then I match my price point. And that's all I do. That's all I do. I have no rhyme or reason behind it, but that's just how I operate.
There it is. Tricks of the trade, folks.
Yep. Speaking of Chrome Hearts being overpriced, let's talk about something that might be a little overpriced. We're talking about the Erewhon Kyoto single organic strawberries for $18.99 a pop.
Yeah.
I need one of these.
Yeah.
I need one.
Did these come straight from Kyoto?
I think so.
I have to imagine. Yeah.
You'd have to imagine. I mean, they're given to you in like a little dome. Looks like you're about to smell a bougie scented candle when you open that thing.
If we were doing Freak or No Freak right now, Freak or not, what is it? Freak or
Don't Freak?
Freak or Don't Freak?
I think.
I freak here.
I would, if I lived near an Erewhon, I would try exactly one Kyoto strawberry.
You have to.
I would do it one time.
Yeah.
I would want to know. Next time I'm near one, I'll do one. If they still have them.
Since we don't have an Erewhon, like it's very much like a tourist attraction to me. You know what I mean? Like next time I'm in Southern California, like I'm going to do a little grocery tourism.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit an Erewhon.
I need a Lori Harvey smoothie
with $100 in my pocket, and I'm going to get 3 things. a smoothie, a Kyoto strawberry, and
There are certain things at Erewhon that I just want to know about.
maybe like one stick of butter or
Like,
something.
I bet they have the most fire chicken salad, and you get like you get one of the little containers that's about this tall with it, and it's like $19.
Yeah,
It's like just stupid.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
I mean, I don't. Any retail therapy listeners want to send us a strawberry? Holler at us.
mm-hmm.
Well, for our second fit check of the week, after Timothee Chalamet's, we couldn't go through this without talking about our absolute man, Jeremy Strong's fit from the SAG Awards. He's going so he loves green right now.
He does.
He's going so casual with it.
Yeah.
Like his jacket has almost got the same vibe as my my robe that I got from our friends over at Canoe Club.
It's giving Japan for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that I want to be in the room when he is with his stylist going through outfits for award shows. I just want to know the logic behind everything.
So this was posted by Warren Alfie Baker, who is a stylist. I did not actually know that he was styling Jeremy Strong, but I recently followed Warren Alfie Baker because he has been styling Glenn Powell as well as Drew Starkey, both guys who I think have been getting a lot of good looks off recently. And I also tried to DM
Andrew
him,
Scott.
Andrew Scott as well, yeah.
Damn it. I am so off today. I'm sorry, boys. I got excited because Drew Starkey's on. That's the gong. Not there. Drew Starkey is on the watch list.
Yeah, I tried to
Not
DM
Andrew
Warren.
Scott.
Who?
Okay, we're all wrong. Thank God.
I'm blanking.
You'll just have to edit out those.
I'm blanking. No, we're not editing out.
The bells and the
air.
gongs.
No, you.
What's
you
his name?
posted
Glenn
the-
Powell, Matt Bomer.
post the L's
top
with
right.
W's.
Top right here.
Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield.
Also on the watch list.
So, Warren, I mean, this guy, he's absolutely crushing his stylist game. He's got
Is
so
he
many.
they say behind every baby girl is a great stylist.
That's right. And but it's no wonder he did not respond to my DM asking if I could send him a bunch of Howler Brothers stuff to add to Glenn Powell's wardrobe.
That would actually work really well.
I know. Yeah.
That would work
It's
really
good,
well.
It's a good fit. And I'm not like telling him to he needs to put it on him for the red carpet. I'm just saying
hey,
get this stuff in the
some in his
mix.
clo- yeah.
Next time that he's traveling, next time he's walking to down the street to Erewhon to get a $19 Kyoto strawberry,
fit him out.
Put him in this pearl snap, man.
Yeah, not a big
that's
deal.
all. That's all I'm saying.
Get a Texas boy and some Texas clothes.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it's you. You had the best take on this. This is just he's doing frog and toad here.
Yeah, he's hitting the frog and toad.
So the frog and toad.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this Hans Nicholas Mott brand, I believe this was one that Brad Pitt was wearing a ton of a couple years ago.
Okay.
And it's like all handmade. It's like it's very much like a one of one. It's all like organic dye, and it's kind of hippy dippy a little bit. I think this is the same brand.
Yeah.
But Yep.
Meet Hans Nicholas Mott, the slow fashion designer behind Brad Pitt's skirt.
There it is. That's the one when he was wearing the skirt.
The skirt. I forgot about the skirt.
You know what? Pieces that I just put together. Speaking of Oscars, which are coming out tonight, if you're listening, day this drops. Both of our guys, Jeremy Strong, the eldest boy, as well as Kieran Culkin, nominated for Oscars this year.
Yeah,
the Succession Bros. They're just out there.
Oh yeah,
They're doing it. Huge.
We've got Tom Wamsgams with a new Nicole Kidman movie coming out. Set in Michigan. Just saying. Probably gonna watch that one.
Is that the one? What is that? What's that one called?
Holland.
Yeah. That looks cool.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Wish list items.
Is it time for wish list?
It's time for wish list.
Oh my. Okay. I'm gonna pull yours up.
Okay.
You may start while I gather my link.
If you remember, a few weeks ago, we talked about some aspirational fits. We've pulled up a photo of our friend Brendan Mailer from ALD, and he had on a double-breasted, what I think was linen or a linen blend suit that he had paired very well. It was just a very good fit.
Yes.
And while I was not seeking that out, I did think to myself, mental note, that's a really good look. I would, if I see something that works, I would love to take some inspiration from that. And I was on Percival recently and found this jacket, and the entire kind of suit just kind of gives me the same vibe that he was doing. And I think if I need to buy a suit this year, which I don't think I do, I think this is the route that I might try to go.
Okay.
I'm not usually a double-breasted guy, but you know what? let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's have a little fun.
I mean, if Jeremy Strong can go full toed with a little tie front, satin lapel,
Exactly,
short coat, why can't you do double breasted?
Exactly. And so I think if I have the need this year, I think I might give it a go.
Okay.
I like it. The jacket itself is $360. I don't even know how much the pants are, but this is a bookmark just in case I need to get something
From Percival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Really cool brand.
Yep.
Man, they I think Percival is tied to they're in with Warren Alfie Baker because a lot of those guys are wearing like the knit polos from Percival and whatnot.
Yeah, they've got cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go with wish list? I think, let's see.
Well, you can take off the Tom Sachs because those got restocked yesterday.
Correct.
And you obviously
and
went and got some.
We completely biffed it. I do not know how that happened. I'm mad. I'm mad about that, by the way. Why didn't I see it? Where was my notification?
I know. I would have loved one. I would have loved to re-up for $109.
God.
I think Sally got a pair, which means we're going to have to fight every time before we leave that who's going to wear them.
You don't want to, we just talked about twinning. You don't want to twin with your wife?
No. We have a very big issue within our household where one person puts on something and the other person sees it and then might get some inspiration, whether they know it or not. And then suddenly we're both wearing the exact same outfit.
Okay.
The other night I put on a black sweater and a pair of jeans to go out to dinner. And I had been wearing this for about an hour before dinner. And someone came out wearing jeans and a black sweater. And I was like, we look like an improv group. Like you can't wear this.
Was that for your dinner?
We look like Blue Man Group.
Was that for your big dinner?
For our anniversary?
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
Happy anniversry.
Thank you.
To both of us.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah.
1 year.
Happy anniversary, boys.
We have the same anniversary.
We do. Boy, I'm just unprepared today, aren't I?
It's okay. I kind of like that you're having to decide in real time.
Hey, don't worry. I'm beefing over here on the bells and the gong. So
Yep.
It's just Friday. We're a few weeks out of practice. We're just a little rusty.
And it's a beautiful Friday out. Our heads are in the weekend already, boys.
Okay. This is not necessarily my top wish list item, but it's been something that's been on my radar for a long time. And I was nearly pulling trig at not as good of a sale price, and now it's on a really good sale price. So this is what I'll drop on y'all. This is a relaxed mohair polo sweater.
Okay.
From Todd Snyder. Originally $400, marked down to $144.
I like that sale price.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you're probably not getting a real accurate representation of the color because I just pulled it up on the screen and it's giving this real pink guava, but it's really more of like it's more of like a baby mauve. It's kind of like it's like this soft kind of blush pink. I think this is especially if you have the weather, if you have some real kind of like spring weather, this would crush so hard.
Yeah. There's a very short window that we'd be able to wear this in the spring.
Yeah. And due to its final sale nature, probably not going to get this, but I love this sweater and I want to throw a sale item on here, something for the boys, to maybe go bop. So great looking sweater. Happy to add it to the wish list.
Yeah, a polo sweater's probably in my future at some point. I don't know if I can do the pink.
Yeah,
but
there are other colors.
Well, yeah. Barrett, it was great having you.
Thank you. It was great to be back. I probably won't be here for the next week or two, but I'll be back soon.
Well, next week, barring anything that comes up, will probably be an episode featuring James, who I worked on the zine with. We kind of went through the creative process of that for a while and talked about that. And then the following week, we're going to find out how somebody spends their Sundays in a Sunday Scaries-esque interview.
Last thing I did one more time, I got to shout out the St. Regis Longboat Key. It really was. It was a magical place. Great restaurants. The food and service was all really, really good.
What was the steakhouse order?
I went with the filet mignon.
Okay.
We did the I cannot remember the fancy name for it, but it was basically the mashed potatoes. Had an unbelievable scallops dish to start.
There, now we're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Laura had mushroom risotto, which looked phenomenal as well.
Veg life.
Martini. Yeah, there. She was abstaining from the rare red meats, given her
I get it.
her current state.
I get it. All right, Barrett.
But yeah, it was sweet. We did not have that opportunity to do that kind of like mostly just hang at the resort type of trip.
You White Lotused it,
and we White Lotused it, and it was wonderful. So shouts to the St. Reg. That's all I got.
Well, we'll see you guys. Oh, I'll see you next week. We'll see Barrett when we see him.
Bye-bye.